Herzlich willkommen zurück auf Schalke America. We are back with a match recap, a debrief. Hamburg versus Schalke 2-2, 2-2. Yeah, it was a positive performance overall. I think we are happy with a point as opposed to not getting anything out of it, especially the way the match began, right? It's interesting because we've made no bones about it. Hamburg have struggled since the turn of October, since the injury of Robert Glatzel. They've been struggling to score. They've been dropping points. It'd be a big challenge for them, but it'd be a big challenge for us because we haven't done well this year. Match I thought started out very well. First half hour, I thought Schalke limited the chances that Hamburg had. They maybe had a little bit more possession in that first 30 minutes, but really weren't really threatening Häkkinen. Häkkinen did have a big save early on, I think, but overall, wasn't that bad. And I think Schalke were using the press very well, causing Hamburg to make turnovers, unnecessary mistakes. And so it started out very well. But when Schalke we have these lapses of judgment, lapses of paying attention, it all goes wrong very, very quickly. We saw that. Marcin Kaminski makes a stupid foul, top of the box, sets up a free kick for Richter. Richter takes a beautiful free kick, scores a goal. At first, you're like, that's a great goal. What a goal there by Richter. Upon further review, Justin Häkkinen probably could have done a lot better, right? He was a little lazy, tried to cheat to the right side, and it went back against him. It wasn't even in the corner. It was like almost dead center, and he just tried to cheat and got caught, and they went up ahead 1-0 at that point. And just off the kickoff, like I said, when it goes bad, it goes really bad. I mean, at that point, up before the goal, it was 0-0, comfortable as a game. Both teams doing well to counteract the other. Schalke had no shots up to this point either, right? But they score a goal, and immediately after the kickoff, we decide we want to play the ball all the way back and play out of the back for some reason. Schallenberg decides to do a no-look pass, sets up Koningsdorfer perfectly because Koningsdorfer's by himself in front of the goal, 1-on-1 against Häkkinen, dances around the keeper, nothing Justin could have done about it, and scores the goal 2-0 in a matter of seconds when it was 0-0, and it was a fairly level game and looked like had a chance to maybe ride the storm and get through it, and boom, down 2-0. It's like, jeez Louise, the Discord wasn't happy. We were chatting, we were like, oh, not the happiest result at the time. And goes down to halftime, 2-0. You're like, man, it started out so well, and just like that, game turns on itself, 2-0. And Hamburg were up for the remainder of that half. Schalke did well to weather the storm. But nonetheless, went to halftime, 2-0. We wanted to see how Schalke would respond coming out of the second half. Almost immediately coming out the gates, Richter finds the ball to David Selke, backdoor by himself. Luckily, Justin Häkkinen, was paying attention and made a great save to keep it at 2-0. Could have been 3-0. Game would have been over then. Makes a save, still 2-0. And Schalke slowly getting into it, right? We gifted him 2 goals early on. It's their turn, right? It's the season. It's a Christmas season. It's gift exchange season. Well, we gave them gifts. It's their turn to return the favor. Well, we start putting a little bit of pressure on them. Bullet gets a nice in-swinger cross into the danger zone. Their defender messes it up completely passes the ball directly to Amin Younes. And Amin Younes is like, thank you very much. And pounces on the ball, scores, boom, 2-1. And it was beautiful to see because just like that, where we had no business to be at that point, those last 20 minutes or so into the game, Amin Younes scores and the game flips again. And after that point, Schalke all of a sudden became the aggressors. They held the ball more. They had more possession than did Hamburg. They created more chances than did Hamburg. And you felt the momentum coming with Schalke immediately from that goal. And it's funny how these little gift exchanges can swing momentum so fast. We saw it in the first half with Hamburg. Now we've seen the second half. Question was, could Schalke get a second goal or get back into this game? And sure enough, they kept pressing, had lots of chances. Just missing wide. That final ball, again, still missing. It's been a theme all season long. But they kept pressing. And eventually, what we saw is a wonderful play. Younes was involved a lot. Merkin was involved a lot. Eventually, ball comes into the box, cross into the middle. Karaman puts it away. Wonderfully done. To kind of rewind how that goal happened, because it kind of happened out of nowhere. Paul Seguin, again, always starts the play, gets the ball from the midfield as a libero, passes it up to who? Jan Bachmann making his rare run into the box. I had to double take something. I thought it was Kahneman at first, but I'm like, no. Bachmann passes to Kahneman, who scores the goal. Wonderful touch, but Bachmann gets into the box, finds Kahneman. Kahneman scores the goal, 2-2, just like that, and we kept pressing. We kept trying for a third goal. Just before that goal happened, Silla had scored a goal off of a corner kick or a set piece. He was offsides, correct call, but you felt the goal was coming, and eventually, boom, Kahneman scores the goal, 2-2. Of course, our captain scores it. We tried remainder of the game to get the winner. Did not get the winner, but overall, I mean, you got a draw. Down 2-0 after making silly mistakes. Gifting Hamburg the early lead. Not 1-0, but 2-0. They gifted it back to us, right? And we said there's some players to watch. Fabio Balde didn't even play in this one, but David Schalke is the guy we mentioned, as was Koningsdorfer. Both of them were involved. Koningsdorfer got the goal. He got the second goal. Schalke nearly got the third goal. But we rebounded. Nice response by the team. Again, all we need is luck sometimes, and that's what we got there on the first goal. I mean, Younes had scored. Defender gave it right to him, right in front of the goalkeeper. Nothing keeper could do about it at that point. So 2-2, get a draw. My 4 takeaways in this one. First up, Paul Seguin, the libero, again had a strong game. Whether he's dropping all the way back to kind of kickstart the attack from the defensive end, controlling the midfield, or setting up a pass like he did on the game-tying goal that kind of led to the game. He was outstanding again. I thought it was a really good performance by Paul Seguin. Back-to-back weeks now where he was highly effective, and obviously there was an international break in between, but the Regensburg match and now this, not so good opponent and a good opponent. And I thought it was really good in this game. He gets a green rating for me. Really good performance for me. Excellent by him. Second takeaway, Justin Heckeren started out not so great, right? Misreads the free kick. Could have done a lot better. Second goal, had no chance on the second goal. It wasn't his fault. Had some little sloppy plays early on, but he got stronger as the game went on and felt comfortable at the end. Obviously, we're all on the attack at that point, but I thought he had an okay game. He gets a neutral rating. Wasn't good, wasn't bad. It was just in the middle. He started out bad, but he got better as the game went on. Third takeaway, Younes I thought was highly active throughout the game, was effective in the first half of the game, then kind of like drifted away, and boom, bounces in, gets the timely goal to get us kickstart our attack. It was an okay game. It was an okay game by him. He had some sloppy plays where he gave the ball away unnecessarily, but he had some really good plays as well. And so he gets a neutral rating for me. Again, not good, not bad. It was effective. It was effective nonetheless. My fourth takeaway and my man of the match. I'm curious, and let me know your thoughts in the comments below, but Thailand Bullet. Again, this guy continues to impress. He has now made the right back position his own. This guy just should start no matter what, whether it's center back or right back. He just was good throughout the game in the attack and the defense. Did not let people beat him for pace. I thought Merkin, honorable mention to Merkin, by the way, because Merkin early in the game was getting beat pretty consistently one-on-ones. But he adjusted well, adapted to it. Bullet was never threatened throughout the game, it seemed like. He had his hands full with Richter and some of these other guys on Hamburg, but did well, created the chance that ultimately led to the first goal. Was involved throughout. He was never seemed to wane in his intensity, and the Schalke fans, we're gonna love him for it. From playing 90 minutes just like that. That's exactly what we're gonna see. He's not playing like a rookie or youngster. He's playing like a veteran. So he is my man of the match, despite he not getting any points, no assists, no goals. My man of the match. Let me know your comments in the comments below. And my final thoughts as we get on out of here. Kees van Wonderen didn't start the game out so well, but rebounded very nicely. Whatever he said in that locker room, it worked. The team rebounded nicely. They had no shots in the first half, but they were fairly disciplined, and they weren't giving up much up until the 2 goals that happened within a matter of seconds. And then coming out the gate in the second half, almost gave up that third goal right away, but they kind of rebounded. They had the goal that was taken away through Silla with offsides, but then they would get that goal, and they went for the third goal, and they looked good. It's nice to see us in back-to-back weeks, back-to-back performances, or 3 performances in a row now, doing fairly well. And so Van Wandering gets all the credit in the world. Team is up to 13th now on the table. Hamburg were up to 7th, but they dropped to 8th. You know how all the results panned out this weekend. But yeah, we'll take it. We got a gauntlet coming up. We got some top table teams playing, you know, with Paderborn, Dusseldorf, and I forget who the other one was. But it's gonna be difficult coming to Nuremberg. We got Nuremberg as well. It's gonna be difficult, but it's a great start to that gauntlet. Getting a point on the road, excellent. Being down 2-0 and come back and get a draw, wonderful. We'll get more into this game on the podcast on Monday night. Get some thoughts, theories on how everything panned out. But our quick debrief reaction post game. Yeah, we got a point against Hamburg. Better than nothing, right? All right, we'll catch you on the podcast. Glück auf.